Are you tired of being just another person in a system? It's time to wake up. Break free. Take control of your life. The system is real. You have the power to escape it. Are you ready to be free? What if I told you that everything you've been taught about success and freedom is the 9-to-5 job? The promise of a secure future. Even the idea of a normal life, it's all part of a carefully crafted illusion designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of dependency and control. They don't want you to know this. I'm going to say it anyway, you're living in a modern-day matrix. You're living in a modern-day matrix. Unless you wake up. You'll spend your entire life working for someone else's dream while your own slips away. Did I know this because I was there? Not too long ago. I was stuck in I was in a high-paying corporate job that looked great on paper. It was sucking the life out of me. I was making good money. I was also sacrificing my time, energy, passion. I was working 60 hours a week. Barely had time for my family. Felt like I was losing myself. I remember sitting at my desk one day, staring at the clock, realizing that I was literally counting down the hours until I had a great-looking corporate job. It was draining my energy. I was making good money. I was also giving up my free time, my energy, my passions. I was working 60 hours a week. Barely had time for my family. Felt like I was losing myself. I remember sitting at my desk one day, staring at the clock, realizing that I was literally counting down the hours until my life could actually begin. That was the moment I knew I had to make a change. I started questioning everything. Why was I trading my most valuable asset? My time. A paycheck that barely allowed me to live the life I wanted? Why was I conforming to a system that didn't serve me? Most importantly, how could I break free? Since then, I've escaped the matrix. I've built a life on my own terms. I have the freedom to manage my time, income, future. Today, I'm here to help you do the same. I'm not going to make it sound easier than it is. It's not easy. It requires a complete mindset shift. But if you're ready to challenge the status quo and take back control, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. If our content has been brightening your day and you want to help us reach new heights, we would be very happy if you would consider supporting the channel. Your support helps us make more content and lets us bring you more of it. Join our special community on Patreon using the link below to get special videos and other content early. More. Your support helps us make new videos. For those who love to spread joy, please buy me a coffee using the link below. It's a quick and easy way to show some love and keep the good vibes flowing. Thank you for being a part of this amazing journey. We couldn't do it without you. Tip number 1, the 9-to-5 job is modern slavery. Let's not sugarcoat it. Most people are trapped in their 9-to-5 jobs, and whether they realize it or not, they're living in a form of modern-day slavery. I know that sounds extreme. Hear me out. You wake up early, rush through breakfast, then spend an hour or more stuck in traffic, only to arrive at a place where your time, energy, even your thoughts are controlled by someone else. You sit in a cubicle under harsh fluorescent lights, counting down the hours until you can leave work, only to repeat the cycle the next day. If you're only living for the weekends, isn't that a sign that something's wrong? Let me give you a personal example. Not too long ago, I was in what most people would call a great job. I had a title, a salary, the benefits that many people aspire to. But here's the harsh truth, none of that mattered. I was happy to trade my most valuable resource. My time. Money. That money wasn't buying me freedom. It was buying me comfort. Friends can stop you from making progress. The system sells you the illusion of security. You get a steady paycheck. Health insurance. Maybe even a retirement plan. But think about it. What happens if you lose your job? Security seems solid at first. It can disappear quickly. Many people are only one paycheck away from financial disaster. They keep working for their job because it provides them with a comfortable but not free life. They are told to save for retirement. To work hard now so they can enjoy life later. But who decided that you have to wait until you're old and tired to start living? I've seen so many people chase promotions and raises, thinking that the next step up the ladder will finally make them happy. But each promotion comes with more responsibility. More stress. Less time for yourself. You get a raise. Your lifestyle makes you feel like you're living in a trap. You're stuck in a cycle of always needing help from others. It's a trap that makes you feel like you can never reach your goals because there is no goal to reach. The trap itself is the problem. Working a traditional job like a 9-to-5 job takes more than just your time. It takes your life. How many moments have you felt like you haven't spent enough time with your family because you're always working? Have you put your dreams on hold because you're always tired at the end of the day and can't do anything but fall asleep on the couch? The system has made you think that this is normal. That this is just what it means to be an adult. Let me tell you something. Life is short. Don't spend it doing something that doesn't make you happy. This isn't about quitting your job. It's about taking back control of your life. Your time is valuable. Every minute you spend working for someone else is a minute you're not spending on your own goals. The system doesn't want you to realize this because once you do, you become powerful. You start to see that there are other ways to live. You can live in a way that doesn't involve trading your freedom for a paycheck. You can create your own path. Build something that's yours. Live life the way you want. It's time to stand up for yourself. Working a traditional job is a form of modern slavery. The good news is that you have the power to be free. It starts with changing the way you think. You have to stop being a passive participant in the system. Start taking control of your life. It won't be easy. It won't happen overnight. Once you free yourself, you'll realize that true wealth isn't money. It's time and freedom. Tip 2: Save to invest. Not to spend. We've all been told that saving money is the key to financial security. Put your money in a savings account. They say, you'll be prepared for anything life throws your way. Let's be real, saving alone won't make you rich or give you the financial freedom you want. If you want to escape the rat race and live life on your terms, you need to change your mindset from saving to spending to saving to investing. Let's break this down. You put your money in a savings account. What do you get in return? A small interest rate that doesn't keep up with inflation. The money you're saving loses value over time. It's a false sense of security. If you only rely on savings to build wealth, you're likely to be disappointed. I used to think that saving was the key to success. I was putting money away each month, feeling responsible, thinking I was creating a financial safety net. But as time went on, I realized something: my savings weren't growing. Sure, the balance was increasing. When I considered inflation and the rising cost of living, I was actually losing buying power. That's when I understood that saving alone wasn't enough. I needed to make my money work for me. Not just leave it in a bank account, collecting dust. Here's the thing: money is a tool. Like any tool, It works best when it's being used. When you invest, you put your money to work. Instead of letting it sit idle, you're using it to make more money. This is the main difference between the wealthy and everyone else. They don't just save, they invest. They understand that to build wealth, you have to take calculated risks and make your money grow. Let's talk about one of the most powerful forces in the financial world, compound interest. When you invest, especially over the long term, your money doesn't just grow, it grows a lot. The interest you earn on your investments earns more interest, creating a snowball effect. This is how wealth is built. Example: if you start investing $500 a month in a stock market index fund with an average annual return of 7% in 30 years, you could have over $500,000. That's the power of investing. This is different from the typical cycle of saving to spend. You save up for something you want. You buy it. Then what? The money's gone. So is the opportunity for that money to work. This cycle traps you in a constant cycle of earning, spending, starting over. It's a form of financial stagnation. It's exactly what the system wants you to do to prevent you from building real wealth and freedom. The shift from saving to spending to saving to invest is about more than just money, it's about your future. Every dollar you invest is a step towards freedom. A step towards breaking free from the need to trade your time for money. It's about creating a life where you're not limited by financial constraints. Where you have options. Where you can live on your terms. The system isn't designed to make you rich. It's designed to keep you comfortable so you don't question it. If you want more than comfort, if you want true financial independence, you need to start thinking like an investor. Tip number 3, own assets, not liabilities. Let's talk about one of the biggest traps in the financial world, confusing liabilities with assets. The system has convinced us that certain purchases, like cars, fancy gadgets, even a big house, are symbols of success. But here's the harsh reality: most of these so-called symbols of success are not signs of success. Status symbols aren't as helpful as you might think. If you want to build real wealth and be financially free, you should focus on assets instead of liabilities. Here's what we mean by assets and liabilities. Assets are things that increase in value over time or generate income for you. Examples include real estate, stocks, bonds, a business you own. Liabilities are things that decrease your financial resources. They might look impressive or make you feel good in the short term. They deplete your finances over time. Example: that expensive car you're paying for is a liability. I learned the hard way that credit card debt and overvalued real estate are traps. I bought a fancy, new luxury car a few years ago. It was sleek and fast. I felt like I'd made it. But here's what they don't tell you: the moment you drive that car off the lot, it loses value. Within a few years, I was stuck with a depreciating asset that required expensive maintenance. I was spending a lot of money on something that wasn't making me any money. That's when I realized I needed to change how I was doing things. The system wants you to believe that having nice things equals being rich. But true wealth isn't about the things you own. It's about the freedom that comes from owning things that increase in value or make money for you. When you focus on buying things like luxury cars, expensive electronics, I was spending a lot of money on things that weren't worth it. That's when I realized I needed to change how I was doing things. The system wants you to believe that having a lot of nice things equals being rich. But true wealth isn't about the stuff you have. It's about the freedom that comes from owning things that get more valuable or make money for you. When you focus on getting things like luxury cars, expensive electronics, the latest fashions, you're actually making it harder for yourself to be financially successful. These things might make you feel good for a short time. They're hurting you in the long run. Now, let's talk about what happens when you own things that make money for you. Imagine you invest in a rental property. Every month, you're collecting rent. A steady amount of money that continues whether you're working or not. Over time, that property gets more valuable, meaning you can sell it for more than you paid. Now, that's something that makes money for you. It's putting money in your pocket and increasing your wealth. Compare that to the car that's losing value every day. The difference is clear. Liabilities don't just cost you money, they cost you time, energy, peace of mind. Every dollar you spend on a liability is a dollar you're not investing in your future. It's a dollar you're not using to build wealth or achieve financial freedom. The system encourages you to accumulate liabilities because it keeps you tied to the cycle of earning and spending, never truly breaking free. To escape this cycle, you need to change the way you think. Think about the difference between spending money and investing money. Ask yourself, before every purchase, if the purchase will make you richer or poorer. Will it help you build wealth or will it use up your money? When you focus on buying things, you're not just buying things, you're buying your freedom. You're preparing yourself for a future where your money works for you, not the other way around. So, how do you start? Begin by learning about different types of assets, such as real estate, stocks, bonds, even starting your own business. Begin with a small investment if you need to. Instead of buying a new car, consider investing in a rental property. Instead of spending money on the latest technology, put that money into an index fund. While it may not seem exciting at first, you'll be thankful you did in the long run. Remember, true freedom comes from owning assets, not things. It's not about looking wealthy, it's about being wealthy. Every asset you own brings you one step closer to financial independence and to living life on your terms. Don't be fooled by the system. It makes you think that liabilities are the key to success. That's not true. Focus on assets. You'll build a future where you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Tip number 4. Think long-term and act now. One of the most powerful yet underrated mindsets you can adopt is the ability to think long-term while acting decisively in the present. The world we live in promotes instant gratification. Buy now. Pay later. Get rich quick. Fast results. If you want to escape the matrix and truly build a life of freedom and wealth, you need to change your mindset. Think about what will happen in the long run. Take action now. This is how you turn your dreams into reality and build a future that others only wish for. The problem with instant gratification is that the system is designed to keep you chasing short-term pleasures. It's all about the next hit of dopamine, the next purchase, the next like, the next binge-watch session. Here's the thing. While you're indulging in these fleeting moments of satisfaction, you're sacrificing something far more valuable: your future. Instant gratification keeps you trapped in "I used to think only about the immediate future. I didn't think about the consequences of my actions or the opportunities one was missing." My personal experience with long-term thinking. I used to fall into the trap of short-term thinking. 2. There were times when I wanted to spend money on things that would make me happy in the moment. I wanted to go out to fancy restaurants, buy gadgets, take trips that I couldn't really afford. Then I realized that every dollar I spent on instant gratification was a dollar I wasn't investing in my future. So I started thinking long term. I made sacrifices in the present, skipped the dinners. Delayed the gratification so I could invest in assets that would grow over time. Those decisions have paid off in ways I couldn't have imagined. The importance of acting now. Most people make the mistake of thinking long-term but not acting in the present. They get caught up in planning, dreaming, waiting for the perfect moment. That moment never comes. The truth is that there will never be a perfect time to start. The longer you wait, the more opportunities you miss. Thinking long-term means having a vision for your future. Acting now means taking steps every day to make that vision a reality. The power of compound action. Think of it like planting a tree. You plant the seed today. Water it consistently. Over time, it grows into something strong and valuable. The same principle applies to your life and your finances. Every small action thinking long-term means having a vision for your future. Acting now means taking steps every day to make that vision a reality. The power of compound action. Think of it like planting a tree. You plant the seed today. Water it consistently. Over time, it grows into something strong and valuable. The same principle applies to your life and your finances. Every small action you take today, whether it's investing in your skills, your health, your wealth, compounds over time. It may not seem like much in the moment. Years down the line, those small actions will have transformed into something substantial. This is the power of long-term thinking combined with immediate action. Why most people fail to think long-term? Most people fail to think long-term because they're constantly distracted. The system is designed to keep you focused on the present. On trends. On what everyone else is doing. On what feels good in the moment. This short-term focus blinds you to the bigger picture. It keeps you in a perpetual state of reacting to your environment rather than proactively shaping your future. You need to learn how to delay gratification and prioritize your long-term vision over immediate pleasures if you want to break free from this cycle. A deep message your future self will thank you for. Imagine yourself 5, 10, even 20 years from now. What kind of life do you want to be living? What kind of person do you want to become? The decisions you make today will determine that future. If you want to break free from this cycle, you need to learn how to wait for things you want and focus on your future goals instead of on things you want now. This will be good for your future self. Imagine yourself in 5, 10, even 20 years. What kind of life do you want to have? What kind of person do you want to become? The decisions you make today will determine that future. Your future self is depending on you to make the right choices now. Every moment you wait to make a change is a missed opportunity to become the person you're meant to be. So think about the future. Don't get stuck thinking about every possible detail. Take that first step. However small it may seem. Every journey starts with a single step. How do you do it? Start by getting clear. Your future self depends on you. Don't procrastinate. Don't let the present distract you from your future goals. Think about the person you want to become. Think about your long-term goals. What do you want to achieve in the next 5, 10, 20 years? Write them down. Visualize them. Then break those goals down into smaller, actionable steps that you can take today. These could include setting up an investment account, starting a side hustle, dedicating time each day to learning a new skill. Do it now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow might never come, remember. The future belongs to those who act today. It's easy to get lost in dreams of what could be. Those dreams will only become reality if you take action in the present. The time to start is now. The sacrifices you make today will be the foundation of your success tomorrow. Don't let the distractions of the present steal your future. Think, future self. You have the power to make the right choices now. Don't procrastinate. Every opportunity you miss is a chance to grow. Think about the big picture. Don't overthink it. Take action. Even if it seems small. Every journey starts with a single step. How do you do it? Start by being clear. Tip number 5, the system is designed to distract you. Look around you. Everywhere you go and everything you do. There's something competing for your attention. Your phone pings. Your social media feed refreshes. Your favorite show drops a new episode. The latest news scandal breaks. It's a never future you depends on you to make the right choices now. If you wait too long or miss an opportunity, you're hurting your future self. Think about the big picture. Don't overthink it. Take that first step. Even if it seems small. Every journey starts with a single step. How do you do it? Start by getting clear. End the cycle of distraction. It's not by accident. The system is designed to distract you. Why? As long as you're distracted, you're not thinking critically. You're not questioning. You're not building. You're simply consuming. That's exactly what they want. Distractions are powerful because they tap into our most primal instincts. The system knows how to trigger your brain's reward centers, giving you small hits of dopamine that make you want more. A new notification. A like. A comment. Each one future you depends on you to make the right choices now. If you wait too long or miss the right opportunity, you're hurting your future self. So, think about the big picture. Don't overthink it. Just start. Even if it seems small. Every journey starts with a single step. So, how do you start? First, get clear. It might feel like a small reward. It's better to start now than to wait. While you're distracted by things like your goals, dreams, potential, you're losing out on the chance to get ahead. I used to think I had control over my time and attention. I was wrong. I'd sit down to work on something important. Whether it was building my business, learning a new skill, just reflecting on my goals. But then I'd get sucked into a black hole of distractions. Future self. You must make the right choices now. Don't procrastinate. Don't let opportunities pass you by. This will hinder your development. Think about the future. Don't overthink. Take action. Even small steps count. Every journey begins with a single step. How do you do it? Start by getting clear. Sometimes, hours would go by and I had nothing to show for it. That's when I realized the system was winning. It wasn't random. It was deliberate. Distractions were keeping me from focusing on what mattered. I was letting it happen. The system's agenda, controlled through distraction. Here's the harsh truth, the system doesn't want you to think for yourself. It doesn't want you to question the status quo. The narrative. To step outside the box. Once you do that, you start to see things for what they really are. Future self. You have the power to make the right choices now. Don't procrastinate. Every opportunity you miss is a missed opportunity to become the person you're meant to be. Think about the big picture. Don't overthink it. Take that first step. Even if it seems small. Remember. Every journey starts with a single step. So, how do you do it? Start by getting clear. Do you realize that the world is rigged against you? Do you see distractions as tools of control? As long as you're focused on the small things, you're missing the big picture. You're not asking why things are the way they are. You're not asking why you're stuck in a job you hate. You're not asking why you're drowning in debt. You're not asking why the rich keep getting richer while everyone else struggles. Distraction is a modern form of control. It's an example of the cost of distraction. Think about it. How many times have you set a goal? Whether it's to save money or start a business. Or, you could have read a book and then been distracted. You see an ad for something you don't need. Suddenly want. You get drawn into the latest drama on social media or lose yourself in the endless cycle of news. These distractions don't just waste your time. They waste your potential. They keep you from focusing on the actions that will. They keep you from focusing on the things that will actually help you move forward. Distractions can make your dreams unfulfilled. Your potential unrealized. Your life lived on autopilot. A deep message. Take back control of your attention and your life. The first step to breaking free from the system is to take back control of your attention. Your attention is your most valuable asset because where your attention goes, your energy flows. If you want to reclaim your attention, you need to understand that. If you're always distracted, you're not making progress. If you take back control of your attention, you can take back control of your life. Start questioning the distractions. Ask yourself why you're being pulled away from what truly matters. Recognize that the system is designed to keep you distracted because a distracted mind is an easily distracted mind. Distractions can stop you from achieving your goals. Here are some practical steps to overcome distraction. Question the distractions in your life. Ask yourself why you're being pulled away from what truly matters. Recognize that the system is designed to keep you distracted because a distracted mind is an easily controlled mind. A focused mind is unstoppable. Eliminate the sources of distraction in your life. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Set specific times for checking email or social media. Stick to them. Create an environment that encourages focus. Free desk. Simply setting boundaries with the people around you. Most importantly, get clear on your priorities. When you know what truly matters, it becomes easier to ignore the noise. Dedicate time every day to working on your goals without distractions. Even just an hour of focused work can move you miles ahead of where you'd be if you let distractions take over. My closing thought. The price of distraction is your future. You've just learned about the mindsets that can change your life immediately. Here's the thing, knowledge alone isn't enough. It's putting this knowledge into practice that will make you stand out and free you from the system that's designed to keep you trapped. Distracted. Dependent. Let's quickly review the powerful ideas we've explored today. First, we talked about how the 9-to-5 job is like modern slavery. It's a system that forces you to trade your time for money, leaving you exhausted and unfulfilled. Then, we discussed the importance of saving to invest, not to spend. True wealth isn't about how much you earn, how much you grow your money over time. We also explored why you should own assets, not liabilities. You should focus on building real wealth through things that appreciate in value, rather than wasting your resources on things that only drain your finances. We talked about the crucial mindset of thinking long-term. Free your desk or simply set boundaries with the people around you. Most importantly, get clear on your priorities. When you know what truly matters, it becomes easier to ignore the noise. Dedicate time every day to working on your goals without distractions. Even just an hour of focused work can move you miles ahead of where you'd be if you let distractions take over. My closing thought is that the price of distraction is Acting now because your future is shaped by the decisions you make today. Not tomorrow. Finally, we pulled back the curtain on how the system is designed to keep you distracted, drowning you in noise and trivialities so you never have the clarity to build the life you truly want. These distractions are not just harmless, they're the chains that keep you enslaved to mediocrity. Here's the powerful truth. You don't have to stay trapped. The moment you decide to take control of your life by breaking free from the 9-to-5 grind, investing wisely, accumulating assets, thinking long, free your desk, or simply set boundaries with the people around you. Most importantly, get clear on your priorities. When you know what truly matters, it becomes easier to ignore the noise. Dedicate time every day to working on your goals without distractions. Even just an hour of focused work can move you miles ahead of where you'd be if you let distractions take over. My closing thought is that the price of distraction is taking the first step toward true freedom. You're choosing a life where you're the master of your destiny, not a pawn in someone else's game. Remember, none of this happens overnight. It requires consistent effort, discipline, a willingness to go against the grain and challenge the status quo. The rewards are worth it. Imagine living a life where your time is yours. Free yourself from distractions. Set boundaries with others. Know your priorities. When you know what matters, it becomes easier to ignore distractions. Set aside time every day to work on your goals without distractions. Even just an hour of focused work can move you miles ahead of where you'd be if you let distractions take over. My closing thought. Distractions cost you money. Your decisions are driven by purpose, not distractions. That's the life you deserve. That's the life you can have if you start implementing these mindsets today. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. If you're ready to take the next step in your journey, hit that subscribe button and join a community of like-minded individuals. Focus on your goals and set boundaries with others. Know what's important to you. Then, you can ignore the distractions and achieve your goals. Even just an hour of focused work can move you miles ahead of where you'd be if you let distractions take over. My closing thought. Minds who are striving to beat the system and build the life they deserve. Stay focused. Stay disciplined. Most importantly, stay true to yourself. Your future is in your hands. Make it count. Until next time. Remember, freedom isn't given. It's taken. Go out there and take yours.